Hi, we made it. We're live. Welcome to 2025. And our new for 2025 Quilt Along with Kathy. And what we're going to do is we are going to start tonight with the angel wing. We're not going to go ahead and pull little pieces of paper anymore. That was last year. We're going to do it better this year. So, what we're going to do is tonight we're going to start with angel wings and we're going to work our way through the alphabet. And for Coffee with Kathy, we're going to start at the end of the alphabet and work our way to the center. So, somewhere within this year, we're going to be doing the same template for both the evening and the morning, but we're not necessarily going to have the same designs for the evening or the morning. I want for us to take and look at our templates and look at how we can do them differently. Kind of unexpected, which is what I like to do. So before we get started, I just want to say hello to Michelle and Pacola's back from New Mexico. Regina Rook's my friend from North Georgia's here, and my friend Linda from New York. And yes, Linda, you're going to see some new ideas for this template. I have not shown anything like this before. And Cactus Deb has made it in from Arizona. I thought I'd see you last night, Cactus Deb, but I missed you. Eleanor's here from Southern California. Sandy's here from a very cold, it may freeze tonight in Tampa. I heard last night that Dallas, Texas is expecting snow on Thursday and Friday. Just blows my mind. Jean is here from Mount Vernon, Washington. Rita's not having to deal with the cold down in Australia because it's summertime down there. And there's my Michigan buddy, Linda. And we got two Lindas here. We've also got Kathy here from Long Island. Lee's here from Indiana. Kay from Florida. Evelyn, so nice to see you. Evelyn is down in Indiana, which isn't too far away from us. Kathleen is here for the first time. Welcome, Kathleen. I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you keep coming back because you never quite know what we're going to be doing here. Wanda, my buddy from across town, hello. And Patsy's here from Oklahoma. Maureen from Kansas. Jermaine is here for the first time as well. Welcome, Jermaine. I hope it's not going to be your last time. Janice, my friend from Pembine, I was thinking about you this afternoon, Janice. I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. Susan's here from South Carolina, Cookie from Fort Lauderdale, and Nana's coming to us in the middle of the night from Sweden. So good to see you, Nan. I really love it when you drop by. And Donna's here from Mosier? Is that how you say it, Ken? Mosier, Oregon? Oh, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, we went and got it cut off. The long hair was my COVID hair, I always say. So let me go ahead and I am going to turn this camera around. Lori's here from Grand Rapids. Boy, we've got a lot of Michiganders here. Love it. Love it. We're going to turn the camera over to, there we go. And there are our angel wings. Oh, Deanna, hi from Prinville. Very nice to see you. You have some information for everyone? I'm waiting with bated breath, Deanna. Oh, okay, Deb. That did happen. Yeah. we're going to get those out earlier for everybody, okay? So, our angel wings template. By the way, everybody voted last night. Hi, Donna. Good to see you. That you they liked the camera up a little higher. It's easier to see everything, okay? So we'll go ahead and leave that up. And Barbara is here from Sudbury, Ontario, Canada. I actually have been to Sudbury. I know where that is. Isn't that interesting? So not really, but okay, it's just goes along with it. So here is our angel wings template. And the template has lots of holes in it. And we can do a lot of different things with it. The two designs that I came up with for tonight, one is a corner design, and the other one is kind of a mandala design. And we're going to show you how to kind of up it a little bit. It has 4 different inserts. This is what I call insert A, insert B, insert C, and insert D. I have to tell you, I have gotten no directions with this template. You guys, I hope, are getting directions with it. I'm sure you are. But this is the template that Society sent to us educators and said, come up with something. And I know that most of you have seen the pillow that I did with the angel wings. It is in the university if you're interested in following through and checking on that. But I didn't want to show you just the same thing. I wanted to show you something different tonight. So that's where we're going to start. Let's see who's sneaking in here while I'm talking.
Kay Cornwell. We're glad you were doing the angel wings. Half of them don't know what to do with them.
Well, Kay, I'm so happy that I get to do them so you can see something maybe a little different with them, okay? Wilhelmina, hi. So nice to see you. And Bev, welcome back. It is so good to see you guys. I've got to be honest with you, I really missed you for those 2 weeks. I kind of started moping around the house, like feeling like I was bored, but Ken gave me some chores to do. I had to cook and clean and all that fun stuff. So the first that we're going to look at, and I'm going to turn the light up just a little bit. Yeah, maybe not. You can see it probably better without the light. What I did was I wanted to do a corner project. I don't do a lot of corners, but because of the log cabin projects that we're working on this quarter, I thought to myself, I need to start making squares more than just with our spin effects, we just kind of go in circles. And I wanted to do something different. And I wanted it to flow. I really wanted it to flow. This almost reminds me of a rainbow. And this would be awesome for templing because we could use 2 or 3 different layers of templing with this particular design and really bring out some fun with it. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to show you one corner. I do like to use my pencil and paper and draw things out until it makes sense. Because a lot of times when I'm starting something, I could see it in my brain, but putting it on paper doesn't always help. Okay, because my brain is kind of wacko that way.
I remember it with the angel wings.
I did. Well, good. Oh, good. I'm so glad you guys are ready to learn and excited about it. Marcia's here from Illinois. Good evening, Marcia. And Marilyn, it is chilly in North Dakota. It's chilly here too, I've got to tell you. Oh, good, Lori. I'm glad that you're excited to see the angel wings. So, what I did is what you're going to notice is I make little notes to myself. Okay. What what I noted on my design here is that the first one I drew in, I used piece number 4. That's the big guy here. Okay. Then I came in and used piece number 3. So if this is Papa Bear, this is Mama Bear. Piece number 2 is Teenage Bear. And piece number 3 is Baby Bear. So we're going to start with that. Is there a question, Ken? Oh, there's somebody looking for attention here.
So size.
No, no, they are fine. They are fine. Now, I am going to use a pin on this particular design. And I thought I had everything out, but I don't have the pin out. Okay. I've got to tell you, I noticed something with my tacks. I keep them in a little container and I travel with that container. And a week ago, I pulled out one of these tacks and it wasn't pointing straight out, it was pointing off at an angle. So I kind of started going through some of my tacks, and I have quite a few of them that were pointing off at an angle. So these can get bent, okay? And if they do get bent, throw them away, get another one. We definitely send enough tacks out with the templates. There's always a minimum of 2 tacks that come with the template. So if something happens to one, you have an extra one. You can buy extra templates, or I'm sorry, extra tacks, but you really should not need to. Speaking of purchasing, don't forget, if you order the Angel Wing template tonight, you can put a coupon code, and that's deal day 20. I'll have Ken type that in. Deal day 20, and you'll receive a 20% discount off of today's order. Okay. I know there was a question last night about it. Does it apply to the whole order or just the template? I did post that question. I just have not received the answer for that yet. So I'm going to let you know as soon as I know. Okay.
Hey.
Deanna said she has found that spraying twice with Best Press on fabric and using the Bohin pencil, that it will come off really easily with very little effort, not showing on the fabric. Deanna, you are 100% accurate there. That's the way that we recommend that you prepare your fabric, and it will come off with it. I use just a white eraser. They call these plastic erasers. You can get it at any store. So this is the one I use. It does come off easily. Okay, next. Nancy is here from Victoria, Australia. Welcome, Nancy. So nice to see you. And Lindia, ah, wonderful. It's so nice to see you back. Lindia was with us last night. And Kay Fawcett is here, and we welcome you. Arlene from North Dakota, and Rosellen, Northern Virginia. You guys don't often get snow out there, so I hope you're enjoying it. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to put my pin in, and here's my corner, and I put a 45-degree line in there. And what I'm going to do is I am going to place my pin where all these lines meet. right in the corner. What I like to do is put the pin in from the right side of the fabric, and that's going to move those fibers aside and hopefully give us a, a place that we can see when we turn it over to replace it from the back. Now, this one I don't recommend this. I don't have any backing fabric on. So I'm just going into the batting. And that was just because I had this piece all ready. Enough. And so what I did was I just thought, well, this is the perfect size, so I'm going to use it. So there is my pin. Hi, Kelly from Arizona. And Julie's with us tonight, visiting in Alabama. Milagros is here from New Jersey. Welcome. It is so nice to see all of you. Okay, so here is my pin. And what I did was I did with the piece number 1, I put the pin on the number 1 hole. And that is, and I want to make sure you see that this is number 1 hole from the outside edge.
You know, scooch it up.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. This is so good that I've got Ken here to help tell me when you can see and when you can't. Oh, now this is number 1. This is 0. That's ground 0 right there. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. This is pin number 1 we're going to start with. You could come from the outside in or from the inside out. It's entirely up to you. Let me go ahead. I'm going to turn my camera now so you can see the sewing part of it better. And we're going to back it up. I'm just hoping we don't have too much glare with the light on over there. If we do, I'll pull the camera down. You let me know if you can see it well or not. I do need to set my foot height. Perfect. Maybe not absolutely perfect. We all know you can just kind of massage the foot and let it fall so that it just kisses the top of your fabric. That's where we want it. We don't want it to be snow plowing. And we don't want it to be up off of the top of the fabric simply because what's going to happen if it's too high, you'll get skipped stitches. There we go. I think we've got it. Just to review, I've got my 45-degree line through my template is on the 45-degree line on my quilt top, and I am the first hole in from the outside edge. Take my first stitch in place. Now remember, when we are doing a curve, which this is, we're going to want to keep those stitches just a little bit shorter. And the reason that's important is because our sewing machines don't sew curved stitches. They're all straight stitches. So if we keep our stitches a little shorter, what will happen is this whole line of stitching will be smoother and it will look more rounded. I realize that this is an outside curve on the angel wings. I really believe that if you are a beginner quilter, that you can work this template as easily as an inside curve. It is just a pleasure to work on. So there is our first pass. Make sure you've got a good view of that. Now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to replace, oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to come down to pin number 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, if I can get it on there. And I am going to take this one out and put my next one in. The reason I'm starting this from the outside as opposed to the inside is because I want you to see that there's 2 ways that we can do this design. If you want the wings to come all the way to the inside, then what you're going to do is start it with the smallest and go to the largest insert. And if you want just the echoing, what you'll do is go from the largest to the smallest insert. So here we go. I'm going to line myself up again. There we go. And now we're going to put our second line of stitching in. Don't forget that you want to stop here when you get to that point, because you want that stitch to go in here and it will definitely make it look just a little bit nicer. Again, we want to stop at that point and coming all the way out to the next seam. Now I'm going to come down to my number 5, which is going to be right here. All I need to do is find it. There we go. And we do have these registration marks here that will actually help us make sure that we are right on where we need to be. I should have taken this off first. So I'm going to take this little guy. Okay, staying in the same hole up here. Now I'm going to travel up. Oops. See what I did here? I actually pushed the template a little bit. No worries, I'm still in the seam allowance. I can go in and realign that and we won't even know. Nobody will know except us. There we go. Now we're going to take that extra stitch here, come in this way, and back out to that seam allowance. And we're going to do that one more time. I'm going to go ahead and take this guy off, and I'm going to put the baby on. There we go. We'll get this out of the way so it doesn't go flying. And this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth hole right here. And that's kind of hard to see because it's right at the top of that little head mark right there. Okay, let's see if I can find it. There we go. And this one I've got to come back out because I want this to be lined up. Now, what you're going to notice on this one is that your seam line is actually coming between these two registration lines. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly okay. And this is going to pull us up just a little bit. Now we've brought ourselves to the top. And we're going to bring it right back down. And there we go. Just a really different looking corner for us. I'm going to go ahead and get out of there, and I'm going to grab another piece. Everything is sticking together. Okay. There we go. Now we got it. So what I'm going to show you with this one is we're going to use this little guy coming out all of the way, but we're going to stop and we're going to replace this as we come out.
What tape are you using? Eleanor wants to know.
Eleanor, that is a good question. It's called RK tape. It's used in the embroidery business. And the reason that it's used so much in embroidery is because it doesn't leave any residue. So this is RK Embroidery Perfection tape. And I'm sure that you can get some at your local quilt shop. If they don't have it, go ahead and ask them. And they will likely order it for you. We always want to go to our local quilt shops first.
Susan Weaver,
Susan has a question.
determine which insert.
I just went from the biggest to the smallest. Yep.
Susan.
Pardon me?
Susan. Oh,
Susan.
Carr. No, Susan Weaver.
Susan asked that question. How do I determine on this particular design? I just go from the largest to the smallest. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to show you how to come out and put these templates in as we're stitching, as opposed to stitching them and changing them. And that's going to give us a whole different look. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make my corner. Hi, Carla. Good to see you, darling. I hope you're good. Your New Year's is coming in good for you. Okay. I do very much like this pencil to show you how I do things because it shows up good on camera. Now, what I want is a 45-degree line here. So I'm going to take my ruler. I always got to think this through. I'm going to line up the 45-degree line, and it can be either side. It does not matter. And then all I'm going to do is make my mark. And there we've got it. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, now I just had a tack here. Not really sure where I put it. Hopefully it's not on the floor. If it is, I'll step on it later and we'll find it. Just want to look real quick.
Easy bleeded.
Yep, I want to get it before the dog does. I don't think he's realized it's down there yet.
You see it?
No. There we go. I'm just going to look real quick here, guys. I have a flashlight here. And 99% of the time when I think I've dropped it, it's on my table someplace. Oh, there we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to start this. Where did my paper go? There it is. I'm going to start it on this edge instead of this edge. So I am going to put my pin in on number 1. Oh. I'm going to go on the opposite direction this time, starting here and then working out. Again, I'm lining up these lines. I'm going to pull my thread up. I'm going to stop this just for a second here. Oh, I did that right. Yeah. Sometimes I second guess myself, but you don't do that, right?
Is that tack still on the last block? Can you take it off?
No, it's out. Ah, found it. Yay. Now I don't have to worry about one of the puppies trying to get at it. Okay, it was on my table. There we go. Got my bobbin thread and got myself all lined up. I want to make sure you can see how I'm lining this up right here and here. And we're going to come around.
Right then, leaving 1:30 a.m. Gotta sleep.
Good night, Nan. Thank you so much for stopping in. It's always such a pleasure to see you. Sleep well, my friend. Okay, now we're going to come out. And this time we're going to do some traveling. One, two, three. I'm going to come in on my third pin from the center. Third pin from the center with this design. There we go. Make sure I'm lined up on my vertical and horizontal seam lines. They will be seam lines for you. And now we're going to do, this is our second one. We're going to do this 3 times.
He wants to know what the first thing is.
The first pin position was number 1 towards the center, right here. Can you see that well? Then I skipped, and this is number 3. Number 1, number 2, and number 3. What's nice is, and I need to put my foot down, you'll see these etched lines. My previous line of stitching is falling right in line on those etched lines. So as long as you have the etched line over your previous line of stitching, you know you're doing fine. Now you can do this with every pin number, and you will have quite a few more of these lines coming out, but it could be real interesting. So first I did number 1, then I did number 3, number 4, and this time I'm going to do number 5. And down we're going to come. I'm going to go ahead, come to my center point, and then I'm going to come out. Now, this is where we're going to start with our traveling. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this center guy out. We don't want to move the template. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put, oh gosh, I can only find 2 of them. Where's my third one? I have a bad habit of losing things as I'm working here. There we go. I'm going to put the second one in. Now I'm going to travel back and come over. Now I'm going to go ahead and travel on this line, taking this guy out. I'm going to go ahead and put the number 3 guy in. Oh, and you can see I need to come out a little further. No worries. There we go. Put that guy down. You really, at this point, don't even need the tape anymore. Stop here. Now what you're going to notice is I need to come up and finish this traveling. No worries, because I haven't moved my template, so it's going to be fine. Now we're going to go ahead and get the big guy who was here the whole time right next to me. And we're going to come back and travel. Travel back to where we started. And finish off. And there is our other corner design. I really like this one. I think it looks nice. It's nice and clean. And if you want, you could template each of these little guys. You could template these wings coming out, or just right here even would be enough. You have so many options and so many different things that we can do here. And I hope you like this one. I really think this one turned out nicely. Okay. Now, I just got a pop up here. Bev likes this one. Looks like Art Deco to me. You know, Linda, I think you're right. Hi, Cindy. Nice to see you. Cindy is joining us here from Iowa. And Judy's here from Greenleaf. Finally made it. Awesome. Awesome. So good to see you, Judy. I hope you're having a good new year. So this one is just kind of, it is. It's very Art Deco, but considering I'm old, that's probably why I like Art Deco. All righty. I'm going to set this one aside. Now what we're going to look at, remember that I said this was kind of a mandala. I took these templates and went around them in ways that I don't normally do. So let's take a look at it. Oh, there we go. I am going to use, I think I'm going to use almost all of these guys. Let's check it out. Get my tape here. Once you start getting these guys in here and you start stitching with them, you're probably not going to need the tape as much. So what I have done here is I have taken and lined up my little guys. I've got the number 2 and number 3. That's these two. And they're going to make this little kind of, it's not a circle. It's kind of a square, but not really a square either. I just love the way that this looks. So here we go. Get that out of the way.
Chronologically gifted, not old.
Chronologically gifted. Oh,
Texas State.
Deb, you're awesome. Okay, now Lindia has a question. That is beautiful. I did the Freedom Edge heart set that you recently taught on a quilt sample, and it was easy and fun. And I love the look. I do love that Freedom Edge heart set. Absolutely love them. And Regina, you're right. This would look awesome on flying geese. You know, I sometimes don't think of what templates to use on what blocks. And that's why I'm so happy that So Steady this year is actually going to be doing blocks. And that is exactly what we're working on right now. This quarter, we're going to be talking about log cabin blocks and how we can do so many different things with our log cabins. And I'm really excited about that. Actually, to the point where I've got my two projects all set and ready to go. And I've been making log cabin blocks till there's no tomorrow. They're not difficult to do. They're fun to do. With my projects, one of the things that we're going to be um, focusing on is doing them with precision, because I think that's important. It makes it look so much nicer. So the inside is a number 2. This is our number 2 guy, and we're going to place him in the second hole. So we're going to place him in the second hole. What I needed to put in here and didn't was I didn't say if it was the second hole from the bottom or second hole from the top. It is the second hole from the bottom. And we're going to put that pin in. We are going to stitch from even numbered reference line to even numbered reference line. Remember our reference lines. We've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I like to refer to them as odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8. For my brain, it just helps me to know exactly where I want to be. We're going to be getting this right on the very edge of this template. So we're going to want to be extremely careful at the beginning and the end on our even numbered reference lines. We want to make sure that this line is lined up on our vertical and horizontal center lines. And here we go. So I am stitching from even numbered to even numbered reference lines on
The
this.
holes up each side of the template used for. I haven't got there already.
You know what? I gotta be honest with you. We've not figured that out yet. I,
Maureen,
Maureen, it's a great question. If you can figure it out, please let us know.
give us a call now.
Yeah. No, I just really seriously have not figured that out yet. And from the education that all of us did when we had this launch, this set launch, nobody used those holes. uh, so one of these days, I'm going to sit down and really try to figure those out. See, the thing is Leonie West's brain is so advanced. She's just so intelligent that sometimes I would love to spend a day in her brain. I really would. But I'm sure I would come away just totally confused because she is so smart. Okay, and I'm gonna do one more. And you see how I have to be careful on these even numbered reference lines. Just start up slow and end slow, and you're going to be just fine on them. So here we go. We've got that in there, and I'm going to go ahead and break thread. Nice. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Naugahyde ottomans that we had when I was a
For
teenager.
1950 black and white TV screen.
Yes, the black and white TV screen. You're right. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is number 2. I'm going to take number 3. Number 3 has 3 holes in it. And according to the directions I put, number 3 is going to be set on the bottom hole. That's this hole right here. I'm glad I make those notes to myself. Otherwise, I would forget. And it would not be good. You guys wouldn't be watching me because it would just be total chaos.
Linda says, "Oh my God, now go ahead."
No, God, yeah. Really, did I just age myself? I think that all things come around again. I notice on Facebook so many women are getting vintage kitchens and they're getting the real honest to goodness vintage appliances as well. Well, I like the look of the vintage kitchens. I still want to have my modern appliances.
Trying to order, but they said the Field A20 has expired.
Okay,
No safety from that.
there's no spaces in it, correct. I will again contact Stacy tomorrow. I'll give her a call.
He gives you a deal and then doesn't. Eleanor, you're
I know it worked last year, and I'm sure she wants to continue it. So, for anyone who is trying to order it with that code, please send me an email or a text or something, and I will talk to Stacy tomorrow. Okay, there is the second one. This is so fun. You could keep going out further and further with this if you wanted to. So now we have managed to get the inside taken care of. Now the outside, this is a little different because what we're going to do from the outside is we're going to put, let me make sure I get this correct. We are going to put the number 4, which is the largest. I think these look like angels. We're going to put the largest in here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my tape back on to tape these in. And we do want staple tape on them as well, but you only need to put the staple tape on one side of the template because this is a symmetrical design. So what that means is either way that I flip this template, it's going to stitch out exactly the same. So that is why we don't need staple tape on 2 sides, only one. So I've got the number 4 and I'm going to go from the 8th to the 8th hole up. And I'm going to do this on the outside corner, towards the even reference lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is going to bring me right here. Now, what I discovered when I did it at 8 is,
Eleanor wants to know, do you want us to go ahead and place the order without any coupon? Eleanor.
Eleanor, it's easier, hon, if you call me and don't place the order. We can take care of doing that tomorrow. Or no, go ahead and do it, but send me a text or an email saying that you did it, and then hopefully they will just go ahead and take the 20% off of your invoice. Just let me know. Back to our template. We are actually going to be starting this design on our vertical and horizontal centers, right where they meet.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll take them downstairs and they both the back.
Okay.
They're just about done anywhere.
Yeah. Little guy's looking for attention here. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to come in and I'm going to stitch all the way around. And I'm going to stop when my needle gets into that seam allowance, pretend seam allowance. And then I'm going to twist the template. We're going to go all the way around, lining up those holes in the center and those are going to be lined up on our even numbered reference lines. Now we can make this as complex or as simple as you prefer it to be. Coming around again, remember that we have these etched lines that will keep us, I call them honesty lines. They're going to make sure that we stay lined up exactly where we need to be. This is an 8-inch block. And I've just lost Ken. He went to take the dogs out. So I will check for comments after I get this first round done. And we're almost through with our fourth corner here. There we go. Cool. I'm liking this. I'm really like this design. I'm going to come up over here. There we go. North, south, east, and west, right? So I'm going to go ahead and break thread. You don't need to break thread on each of these, but I'm going to. So this is the number 4, the largest angel, and this is on, the pin is on the 8th hole from the center. What I'm going to do next, come in here, I'm going to change that hole to number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to line this up again, and I'm going to stitch from the previous line of stitching over to the previous line of stitching. We need to do some traveling on this one, but you guys are all good enough to know how to do that. I'm going to pull my thread up. And if you don't want to travel on it, you can start from your odd numbered reference line. I like the look of the traveling. It gives us a little kind of almost crosshair looking or crosshatch looking design in it. If you want it to be a little smaller, no worries. go ahead and just move it up one hole instead of two. So this is on hole number 6 from the center. We're just going to get rid of that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and I'm going to turn this. So what I need to do when I turn this is come and travel up and back over this way. And you got this. I know you guys can do this. The key I have found to traveling well is to go at a rather, not a real brisk speed, a little slower speed, and don't stop. That's the key. Don't stop. Just keep on going. And we're going to come around. Isn't that cute? Love it. We're going to stop. We're going to turn. Oh, I need to go one more stitch in. There we go. Now I'm going to go backwards. I went the wrong way, guys. No, I didn't. Never mind. This is going to be fine. Yeah, I did go the wrong way. So this should have been over here. I'm just going to come back down. I'm sorry, guys. I went the wrong way. Let's just go ahead and go around. All righty. This is where I'm going to come up. I'm going to come around. Stop here. I need to go up higher. There we go. I don't know what I did wrong here. This is the way it's supposed to look. So what I did was, oh, I know what I did. I started here and went this way. And I'm trying to do it backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's just make sure we get this side done. And that's going to be good. Now what we want to do is we want to flip this over and come to our outside corner. And we're going to do this 4 times. Well, goodness. I've got to find my corner here. There it is. There we go. So when we flip this over, what we're going to be doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're again going to put it on the 8th hole from the center. We're going to start at the vertical and horizontal center mark again. And what I will do with this, you guys, I will go ahead on my YouTube channel and put this done put a video up of this from start to finish. So now we're going to come, woohoo, wrong way, Corrigan. Okay, Deb is smiling. There we go. So now what we're doing is we're coming from the outside in with the same measurements that we used on the inside out. So there was number 8, the number 8 hole from the center. I'll move that up a little bit here for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to come back down and put the tack in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, number 6. We're going to travel over. And we're going to stop when we hit that seam allowance. So this is what we have going on. And it kind of gives it, again, kind of that Art Deco look. Now, if you want, what you can do to fill up these corners, and what I did was I used, I'm going to put my pin in, or my tack into my pin cushion so I don't lose it. What I did was I just came in and did some straight line stitching from seam to seam at a 1/2 inch. There we go. Back to center. And this is my between the lines, and this is a 1/2 inch circle. And I lined everything up here so that my first circle would in fact be in the center. Coming around and making another one. Looks like a strand of pearls. And all the way out to the outside corner of that block. And that just added a little bit more to it. Again, I would probably come in and make another line here because it's big enough. So that's what this kind of looks like. Again, it's, hi, Carolyn. Oh, Deb, thank you. Thank you. And hi, welcome. Welcome, Randy. Good evening. It's okay that you're late. Okay, place the order and mention your YouTube show. Okay, Eleanor, that sounds good. Lee likes this. Such a unique design can be made with this template. It is interesting. It really is. And what I will do is I will go ahead and do just a YouTube video in my 906 quilting page. And I will do it all the way around because tonight we just don't have enough time. And I want you to be able to see all the way around because it is just a really pretty design. And here it is drawn out. There we go. Just like that. So Lily, hi, welcome from North Carolina. You know, we have so many different designs that can be made. Gina, my friend, thank you. Okay, my text. Oh, Lindia, good question. My text or email. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and put my email up here. Um, this is my email. Anytime you want to get a hold of me, also, it's real easy to do. Whoops. On the So Steady website. And this is my phone number. On the So Steady website, there's a drop-down list under education. And then the drop-down list shows instructors. And if you go to instructors, you'll see me there. And what you can do is click on me and you will get to see all of my information. My phone number is there, my email is there. You always can get a hold of me. Don't worry about calling late or anything like that, because when it is time for me to go and have family time, I do not bring my phone with me, just so you know that, okay? So if my phone is not with me, it's because we're doing family time. Okay. Let's take a look through these questions that we have before we go. Linda, hi, so nice to see you. Linda's here with us from El Paso, Texas. Ronnie, oh, Judy, you're quite welcome. Eleanor has a question. What paper do you recommend doing your tablets? Okay, it's all new to me, so that's why so many questions. Eleanor, that's fine that it's new to you, and I love answering questions. So it's perfectly okay. I use newsprint. Um, the reason I like to use the newsprint, and So Study does have a paper that's got a grid mark on it. The reason I like the newsprint is because I'm putting these papers into my file folders with my tablet, and the newsprint is a lot thinner. It doesn't take up quite as much space in. I've got limited filing space. I need to get it. You need to get more. Oh, Debbie, thank you. You guys are what makes this fun for me. I just really, really like doing this. Linda, you are welcome. Patsy, Edna, Regina, my friend. Honestly, I love doing this. It was heck being without you for 2 weeks. It was kind of like I wanted to get on and say, okay, everybody, let's get online. Oh, Lori, thank you. So, what we're going to do next week, don't forget, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, that's 6 a.m. Pacific, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Central, and 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We are going to be looking at these stepping out yin yang templates. And at, I think it's 12 o'clock, I'm not really sure, but I think it's 12 Central Time. We're going to be doing a preview of the log cabin placemat class that is coming up, and that is a Zoom class. Thank you, Kathy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That is really important. It really is. And then that's all I have this week. I won't be doing anything else until next Monday at 6 p.m. We're going to take a look at the next embroidery, and that is going to be SS number 2. Here, Tuesday evening is going to be the apple core. I know we did that just recently, but there is so much more we can do with that apple core. I'm really excited about doing that. And then next Wednesday on the 15th, we're going to do waves. So we've got a whole lot of fun coming up. I'll be here 3 times a week with you and very happy to be too. So until we meet again, let's quilt.